Good afternoon. The coronavirus crisis is growing in Iowa. Governor Reynolds says 6 more people have contracted the virus. 3 of the new cases are in Johnson County. The other 3 new cases are in Adair, Black Hawk, and Dallas counties. Well, this morning, an emergency funding bill became law in Iowa. It will provide funding for Medicaid, other health programs, and the state hygienic lab, which is handling COVID-19 testing right here in Iowa. Breaking at noon, the United States and Canada have agreed to temporarily close their shared border to non-essential travel. President Trump made that announcement today. He says the decision will not impact the flow of trade between the countries. Both countries are eager to choke off the spread of the coronavirus, but also maintain their vital economic relationship. Canada relies on the U.S. for 75% of its exports. About 18% of American exports go to Canada. Governor Reynolds' emergency declaration this week means that thousands of Iowans are working less. Some are not able to work at all. KCCI Cynthia Fodor is live at Workforce Development to tell us how those people can earn unemployment benefits. Cynthia.
That's right, Rhea. With so many people now out of work with the news yesterday that restaurants and bars would be closing and fitness clubs and senior centers, and with schools out, so many people have so many questions about unemployment and whether they would qualify and how much money they might receive. We talked to the Deputy Director of Iowa Workforce Development here, Ryan West, just a short time ago, and he says everyone who has been laid off in the past week due to coronavirus should apply for unemployment benefits, and he believes most will qualify. Now, he says each person will be evaluated individually, and once you sign up online, the goal is for you to get paid in 7 to 10 days.
Amount, or commonly referred to as your WBA, is based upon the amount of wages that you have earned in the last 18 months. So everybody's situation is going to be a little unique. We do have a max benefit amount and we have a minimum benefit amount. Our minimum benefit amount with no dependents is $87. And our max benefit amount, I believe, is $581 with 4 dependents, right around there. So you're going to fall in between there somewhere, depending on the kids that you have. You can claim up to 4 dependents. And so the system, fortunately for us, generates that information.
Now, West is urging everyone to apply online and don't delay if you've been laid off. He suggests you do it right away. They don't want people coming into the local offices, if at all possible, for their own safety. So you can go to iowaworkforcedevelopment.gov and click on the File Unemployment section on the top left. Now, they urge you to file again as soon as you can. You can receive benefits now, unemployment benefits for up to 26 weeks in 1 year's time. But folks here are sure hoping that we'll get this coronavirus under control and people can get back to work before then. We'll have more coming up on the news tonight at 5 and 6. Rhea?
Good to know. Thanks, Cynthia. Well, Polk County is taking extra precaution during the pandemic. It's now screening all visitors at its buildings. That includes the health department and the administration building. KCCI's Tommy Clark is live at the administration building right now. Tommy, there was a line out the door to get screened there this morning.
There was. Good afternoon, Rhea. So yeah, I even had to stand in the line to get in, but thankfully it goes really quick. But they're trying to get a message out to people. Don't come in if you don't have to. If you do, you will be screened. As you can see here, Jolynn is at the table here screening people as they come in. So you walk in, you go through a questionnaire, and security makes sure that you do need to be here. If there's any other way to get your services done, you cannot come in. This is not a COVID-19 diagnostic test. If you're showing up, again, you have to have a vital reason to be here. Now, we spoke with Matt McCoy. He's a Polk County supervisor about 211. That's that number you can call no matter where you live in the state of Iowa to find out more about coronavirus, say you're worried you have it. Well, we've heard from viewers. They say that they're concerned with long wait times and other problems, maybe unclear answers. Well, take a listen to what Matt McCoy says in regards to those that are frustrated during this pandemic.
What we ask people to do is be patient with us, be patient with those people that are working those phones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have a lot of calls coming in, and they will get to you, but they want to spend enough time with each caller to make sure that, number one, they take them through the right process, and number two, that they give them the attention they deserve.
And a reminder, there's only 3 Polk County buildings that they're keeping open right now for essential services. But remember, they're being strict. People are being turned away. So if you can, get your service over the phone or online, you are asked to do so. For now, live in Polk County, I'm Tommy Clark, KCCI News, Iowa's news leader.
All right, thanks, Tommy. Well, big box stores are taking extra measures to stop coronavirus from spreading. KCCI's Ticia Muzinga shows us how.
Stores and malls in central Iowa are changing when they allow customers to shop. Now, Walmart has decided to change all store hours to be open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Target is now closing at 9 p.m. daily. They're also reserving the first hour of shopping on Wednesdays for vulnerable guests. Now, some central Iowa malls are starting to take action to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Jordan Creek Town Centers announced reduced hours last night. They are now Monday through Saturday, noon to 7, and Sunday, 11 to 6. Now, restaurants at the center are only offering carryout and delivery. Valley West Mall has also changed its hours to be open noon to 6 every day. Now, some stores within the mall have chosen to close for the rest of the month. Also, right now, DART is temporarily stopping fare collection. It also asks riders to get on and off the bus through the back door if possible. They also encourage anyone to stay 6 feet from other people on the bus. Now, DART officials hope these steps will limit coronavirus exposures for riders. Rhea.
Good to see that they're still continuing that service, though. Thanks so much, Ticia. Well, if you're due for a new license anytime soon, the Department of Transportation says don't worry about it. Officials say anyone with an ID that has an expiration date of January 16, 2020 or later does not have to renew it at this time. It will remain valid for driving purposes until the declared disaster has ended. Well, the same goes for vehicle registrations that expired on January 17th or later. If you are buying or transferring a vehicle, you will not need to obtain a title and registration within 30 days. Grocery stores in Iowa are making drastic changes amid this crisis. Hy-Vee is shortening their hours. You now have from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day to get groceries. The time is to help workers restock and sanitize. Well, the company is going beyond their normal supply channels to keep up with demand. The problem is that some manufacturers can't keep up. So a Drake business professor says the focus needs to be on preparedness, not panic. He suggests buying only what you would normally need.
The worst case scenario looks a little bit longer. It looks like it's through July and August for a rebound. But, unfortunately, we don't have that crystal ball, and we just don't know how it's going to happen.
Hy-Vee is asking customers who can to shop in stores. This allows aisles online time slots for those who need limit exposure. While all Fairway stores will be open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 7 p.m. And the company says they're spending more time cleaning. Fairway's first hour of business will be reserved for customers most vulnerable to coronavirus.